Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're uncovering one of the most intriguing and emotional stories from World War II. What did Dwight D. Eisenhower finally admit about George S. Patton after his old friend was gone? Patton and Eisenhower weren't just generals, they were lifelong friends whose relationship shaped the Allied victory in Europe. But it was stormy, filled with admiration, frustration, and tough decisions. While Patton was alive, Eisenhower often had to rein him in. But after Patton's tragic death, did Ike finally confess something profound about his controversial comrade? Stick around as we explore their friendship, the controversies, and that rumored final admission. Let's dive in. The story begins long before the war. George S. Patton and Dwight D. Eisenhower met in 1919 at Camp Meade, Maryland, both passionate about the future of tanks after World War I. Patton was the flashy one, bold, outspoken, from a wealthy family, always pushing for aggressive tactics. Eisenhower, or Ike as friends called him, was more steady, diplomatic, from humble roots in Kansas. Despite their differences, they bonded instantly. They debated tank warfare endlessly and became close friends. In the 1920s and 30s, they corresponded regularly. Patton even shared his detailed notes to help Ike excel at Command and General Staff School, where Eisenhower graduated top of his class. Eisenhower once dreamed of serving under Patton in combat. In a 1940 letter, Ike hopefully joined Patton's division, but fate reversed it. Eisenhower rose faster, becoming Supreme Allied Commander, while Patton commanded armies under him. Their friendship was real, but as war loomed, tensions emerged. Patton was a warrior at heart. Eisenhower was the strategist and politician keeping the Allies together. When World War II erupted, both men shone. Patton turned the tide in North Africa, then led the daring Sicily campaign. His Third Army later became legendary, racing across France, relieving Bastogne in the Battle of the Bulge with lightning speed. Patton was aggressive, inspirational, and ruthless in pursuit. Soldiers loved his fire. Enemies feared him. He liberated more territory than any other Allied general. Eisenhower knew Patton's value. Privately, Ike called him indispensable, one of the guarantors of our victory. During the Bulge crisis in December 1944, when others doubted, Patton promised to attack in days and delivered. Historians note Eisenhower ranked Patton highly among American generals for combat leadership. Patton had that driving power others lacked. Ike kept him in command despite risks because, as one aide recalled, "I can't spare this man, he fights." But Patton's mouth and temper caused endless headaches. In 1943, during Sicily, Patton slapped two shell-shocked soldiers in hospitals, calling them cowards. News leaked, sparking outrage. Eisenhower was furious. He wrote a scathing letter, calling it abuse of the sick and questioning Patton's judgment. Ike forced Patton to apologize publicly to entire divisions, a humiliating ordeal. Yet Eisenhower didn't fire him. Why? Because Patton was too valuable. Ike suppressed the story initially, knowing losing Patton could hurt the war effort. There were other clashes: Patton's rivalry with Montgomery, outspoken views on allies, and impulsive statements. Eisenhower often warned him, "Control yourself or you'll jeopardize everything." Patton grumbled privately, feeling restrained by politics, but he respected Ike's position. After victory in May 1945, troubles peaked. Patton, governing Bavaria, opposed harsh denazification. He argued many Nazis joined the party nominally, like Americans join political parties, and wanted efficient administrators to rebuild against the Soviet threat. His comments to the press exploded into scandal. Headlines screamed Patton was soft on Nazis. Eisenhower, under political pressure, had no choice. In October 1945, he sadly relieved Patton of Third Army command, reassigning him to a minor historical role with the 15th Army. Patton was devastated, feeling betrayed. Just 2 months later, on December 9, 1945, Patton suffered a car accident in Germany. Paralyzed, he died on December 21st from complications. The war hero was gone at 60. Eisenhower, informed, was deeply saddened. He arranged Patton's burial among his soldiers in Luxembourg. Now the question, what did Eisenhower finally admit after Patton died? While Patton lived, Eisenhower publicly emphasized discipline and control, often restraining his fiery friend. But privately, and in reflections later, Eisenhower acknowledged Patton's genius without the need to manage him anymore. Historians point to Eisenhower's actions and words showing regret and high praise. He never publicly criticized Patton harshly after death. In letters and rankings, Ike placed Patton at the top for offensive warfare. One key insight comes from accounts like those in A Fateful Friendship and Eisenhower's own circle. Ike valued Patton so highly that he endured the controversies because Patton won battles. Some sources suggest Eisenhower privately admitted Patton was America's best fighting general, the aggressive leader needed for victory, even if hard to control. In the end, Eisenhower's admission was in his lifelong respect. Patton was irreplaceable, a warrior whose loss left a void. Ike once said losing such a commander was tragic, implying he wished things had ended differently. Their stormy friendship helped win the war, but Patton's death allowed Eisenhower to honor him fully, as a legend. So while no single explosive quote exists of Eisenhower saying, "Patton was my greatest general" post-death, his actions and private views reveal deep admiration and perhaps regret for the restraints he imposed. Patton remains a controversial icon, brilliant, flawed, unforgettable. What do you think? Was Patton the best? Should Eisenhower have given him more freedom? Comment below. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and share our channel MaCno ww2.